No human should be punished. Just as we repair machines and train animals, we must rehabilitate human beings with compassion, education, and hope. A new vision for humanity. For thousands of years, human societies have relied on punishment as the primary response to crime and harmful behavior. Prisons, harsh sentences, public humiliation, and various forms of retaliation have been considered necessary to maintain order. Yet despite centuries of punishment, violence continues, crime persists, families are broken, and societies remain divided. Perhaps the greatest question humanity has yet to answer is this: if punishment truly transformed people, why do crime, violence, hatred, corruption, and suffering continue to exist generation after generation? The answer may be simpler than we imagine. Human beings are not born criminals. Every child enters the world innocent, without hatred, prejudice, greed, or violence. These behaviors are learned through unhealthy environments, traumatic experiences, poor education, neglect, abuse, poverty, discrimination, social injustice, or destructive influences. If harmful behavior is learned, then it can also be unlearned. This simple truth demands a profound transformation in the way humanity understands justice. Instead of asking, "How should we punish?" we should ask, "How should we heal?" We repair machines instead of destroying them. Whenever a machine stops functioning properly, we do not become angry with it. We inspect it. We identify the fault. We repair it. We replace damaged parts. We improve its performance. We never accuse the machine of being evil. Why? Because we understand that malfunction has causes. If we show such patience toward machines, why do we show so little patience toward human beings? Far more complex creations with emotions, memories, fears, hopes, and psychological wounds. We train animals with patience. Animal trainers understand something remarkable. No horse is born knowing how to race. No dog is born knowing how to guide blind people. No elephant naturally performs complex tasks. Animals learn through patient training, encouragement, repetition, and positive reinforcement. When an animal behaves incorrectly, responsible trainers do not immediately punish it. They adjust the training. They improve communication. They build trust. They cultivate better behavior. If animals can be transformed through compassionate education, surely human beings deserve at least the same opportunity. Human beings need rehabilitation, not revenge. Crime is often the visible symptom of invisible suffering. Behind many harmful actions lie stories of childhood neglect, domestic violence, poverty, addiction, mental illness, social exclusion, lack of education, trauma, abuse, absence of compassion, broken families. Punishment rarely heals these causes. Instead, punishment often deepens anger, hopelessness, fear, and resentment. Real justice should remove the causes of destructive behavior rather than merely responding to its consequences. The failure of punishment. Around the world, billions are spent every year on prisons, courts, policing, and incarceration. Violence continues. Organized crime expands. Drug abuse increases. Corruption persists. Terrorism evolves. Families continue to suffer. Punishment controls symptoms. Compassionate rehabilitation addresses causes. A society that focuses only on punishment is like a doctor who treats fever without treating the infection causing it. Compassion is not weakness. Many people mistakenly believe compassion means allowing harmful behavior without consequences. Compassion is not the absence of accountability. Compassion means holding people responsible while helping them become better human beings. A compassionate justice system protects society while also creating opportunities for transformation. True strength is not found in revenge. True strength lies in helping people rediscover their humanity. Education is the greatest crime prevention. Every child should receive education that teaches more than mathematics and science. Children should learn compassion, empathy, emotional intelligence, conflict resolution, respect, responsibility, honesty, cooperation, service, forgiveness, Humanity. When compassion becomes part of education, future prisons become unnecessary. The safest society is not the one with the strongest prisons. It is the one with the strongest compassion education. Every human being can change. History is filled with individuals who transform their lives after receiving kindness instead of hatred. Former criminals have become teachers. Former addicts have become counselors. Former gang members have become community leaders. Former prisoners have become advocates for peace. Transformation is possible because human nature is adaptable. Hope is one of the most powerful forces in human psychology. When people believe they can become better, many actually do. Compassion-based justice system. Imagine a justice system where rehabilitation becomes the first priority. Instead of merely locking people away, society would provide psychological counseling, compassion education, moral development, family therapy, mental health treatment, vocational training, restorative justice programs, community service, educational opportunities, employment support. Such a system would reduce future crime rather than simply delaying it. Compassion benefits victims too. Victims deserve justice. But many victims also desire something deeper. They want assurance that others will never experience similar suffering. A rehabilitation-centered system seeks exactly that. By transforming offenders into responsible citizens, society protects future generations. The greatest justice is preventing future victims. Compassion creates safer societies. Research in psychology, neuroscience, education, and social development increasingly demonstrates that empathy, emotional regulation, positive relationships, and supportive communities reduce aggression and antisocial behavior. Societies that invest in mental health, education, family support, and social inclusion often experience lower levels of violence than societies relying primarily on punishment. Compassion is not merely a moral ideal. It is a practical strategy for building lasting peace. Compassion is a universal teaching of the world's great religious traditions. One of the most remarkable truths about humanity is that the world's major religious traditions consistently place compassion at the center of moral life. Although they differ in theology, rituals, and history, they share a profound message. Human beings should respond to one another with mercy, kindness, forgiveness, and love. The Holy Quran begins most chapters with the invocation of God as the most compassionate, the most merciful. It repeatedly encourages believers to forgive, care for the poor, protect the vulnerable, and show mercy to all creation. The Bible teaches, love your neighbor as yourself, and urges believers to forgive others, care for the oppressed, feed the hungry, welcome strangers, and overcome evil with good. The life and teachings of Jesus emphasize mercy, reconciliation, and unconditional love. The Bhagavad Gita describes the qualities of an enlightened person as one who is free from hatred, compassionate toward all beings, self-controlled, forgiving, humble, and devoted to the welfare of others. The Dhammapada and other Buddhist scriptures teach that hatred is never overcome by hatred, but only by love and compassion. Buddhism places compassion, karu, and loving kindness, metta, at the heart of personal transformation and social harmony. The Guru Granth Sahib, the sacred scripture of Sikhism, emphasizes humility, service, seva, equality, generosity, and compassion toward all people regardless of background. The Torah repeatedly commands justice tempered with mercy, kindness toward strangers, protection of the weak, and love for one's neighbor. Jewish tradition values compassion as an essential expression of righteousness. Across many other spiritual and philosophical traditions, similar values emerge: respect for human dignity, forgiveness, generosity, selflessness, and care for others. These teachings suggest that compassion is not the property of any one religion. It is a universal human value capable of uniting people across cultures, nations, and beliefs. If humanity truly embraced these shared principles in education, governance, justice, and daily life, many of the world's conflicts could be reduced before they begin. The future depends on compassion. Human civilization now possesses extraordinary technology. We can communicate across continents instantly. We can explore space. We can perform complex surgeries. We can build intelligent machines. Yet technology alone cannot solve hatred. Only compassionate human hearts can. Our future depends not only on scientific advancement but also on moral advancement. We must cultivate compassion in every family, every school, every workplace, every institution, and every nation. Punishment alone cannot build peaceful societies. Compassion can. Education can. Hope can. Rehabilitation can. Call to humanity. It is time to rethink justice. No child is born a criminal. No person is beyond hope. Every human being deserves the opportunity to learn, grow, heal, and contribute positively to society. If we can repair machines, if we can patiently train animals, surely we can rehabilitate human beings through compassion, education, dignity, and hope. The future of humanity depends not on how severely we punish, but on how wisely we cultivate compassion. About the movement. This article supports the vision of building a compassionate world where education, rehabilitation, human dignity, and moral development become the foundation of lasting peace and shared prosperity. To learn more about the Compassionate World Movement, visit website www.hamdardduniya.org. Email rightways101@gmail.com.